general burns. So let me ask you, how many types of burns do we have?
5.
5. That's good.
Yeah.
5. Okay, let's mention them. Chemical burn. Electrical.
Heat.
Okay, hold on. Heat. Heat is called what another term for heat?
Thermal.
Yeah, thermal. Radiation. Inhalation. Radiation and inhalation. That one is gas. And is usually considered life-threatening because when you inhale it, okay, that is airway that is at risk of swelling. Swelling may happen, and if there is any place you don't want swelling to happen, it is along the airway. Okay, so chemical burn, electrical burn, thermal burn, radiation burn. Now I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions. So sunburn. Sunburn is the example of which one? Sunburn.
Heat.
Sunburn is radiation.
Sorry.
So sunburn is example of radiation. Heat is the one you get in the kitchen from boiling water and all those stuff, or even from friction. Okay. So sunburn is the example of. So how many types of electrical burn do we have? Electrical, how many types of electrical burn?
Arc flash.
Okay, there are 2 types discussed. Okay, contact burn. Contact and what? Arc flash. Arc flash burn. Arc flash burn. Okay. Of course, contact burn is when you touch live wire or anything with a faulty electrical working or functions. So that will now take the current from that wire or whatever you touch that is faulty inside your body. And depending on the voltage, that could be deadly as well. Or if it is not too deadly, it can actually throw the person. It can throw the person and dump the person somewhere. Yeah, it does. Some of them. So that's why it's, somebody may have a spinal injury from that, somebody may have brain injury, even fracture. Can bring some the force throw the person and dump the person on top of rock. That's a lot of injury that will happen. So contact burn is the arc flash. Can anybody give me an example of arc flash burn? Give me an example. Arc flash burn. That's the one that people find difficult to understand. Does anybody understand? What? Give me an example of arc flash. Lightning. You know the thunder, when there is a thunder discharge. That thunder, when there is not thunder now, that type of charges that come from thunder strike, thunderstorm, stuff like that. It can actually kill. That is electrical in nature. Some people have even lost their lives as a result of that. Remember, and this is the more reason why when there are thunder what? Strike or something, you don't go under a tree.
Under high tension.
Under a tree. You know tree?
I know tree.
Don't go under a tree. Because tree is a good conductor.
Yeah.
So somebody can be struck under a tree. So that's a very big mistake to make. Another example of arc flash burn. Another example of arc flash burn is when there is gas explosion. When there is gas.
So if there is a thunderstorm, we are supposed to not to go under the tree, right?
Under a tree, no, you're not supposed to.
Okay.
You're not supposed to. You are not even supposed to lean on anything metallic,
Okay.
anything metal. You shouldn't lean on it because that is good conduct. 3 is a live organism. You take the charges and pass it to the ground, and if you are under, it will go through you and it can strike the person to death. Yes. Yeah. So arc flash is like explosion. Like if you have gas explosion or some explosion, and you can see the fire flying. You can see the fire flying in the air, and that fire can drop on people and burn them. So that is arc flash. So it usually happens from explosion, fire explosion or gas, and the fire everywhere, flying in the air. And then if you throw on somebody, maybe the eye, it can burn someone or burn the skin. So that is arc flash burn. That's an example. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which one now?
The arc flash.
So arc flash can be from thunder strike, the lightning. Okay, that is one. The second one is when there's explosion, gas explosion or any of this explosion that will spread the fire in the air. So you can see the fire flying. It can actually burn people. That fire can drop on people and give them some burn. So that is arc flash. Okay? So radiation, inhalation, I've already said this is like gas. Some of those strong corrosive gas, you breathe them in and then they can burn the person. And they are usually considered life-threatening because of the airway involvement. When people have burn, most of the time swelling happens. So just imagine the airway. Swelling happening within the airway. It can actually close up. And when the airway closes, I don't know what else you want to call it other than the person will die.
So under this inhalation, what of smoke? Thick smoke.
Yeah, as long as it's burning, not every smoke can burn. As long as it is burning, okay? If it burns, then it belongs to inhalation. But it must burn, not just smoke. Smoke is not good anyway, but this one is burning. It will burn, like burn. Okay? Yes. Okay. So there are factors. When people have burn, they also have severity. Burns could be severe, and there are factors that can make it more severe. The example is what are the factors that can make it more severe? Somebody has burned. Heat source, duration, how long, how deep, the location of the body where it happens can determine how severe. For instance, if somebody has burned in the face, because airways around here, that is usually very severe. Or joint. Just imagine somebody having, bond here. Because of the movement here, that is usually severe. Another thing is also the age of the patient. Yeah. The age is also a factor, plus other factors. But those are some of the things that determine how severe it is. Now we're also going to talk about what we call BSA, body surface area. BSA, body what? Surface area. Body, BSA, body surface area. Body surface area. BSA, body surface area. And what's the meaning of this? This is just a way to determine the percentage of body burn. The percentage. Sometimes when you listen to news, okay, when they report about fire incident, let's assume there was somebody involved. They tell you 9% of the body was burned. 18% of the body. And sometimes many people wonder, how do they get the number? Because looking at you now, I can't see anywhere 18 is written. I don't see anywhere 18 is written on your body. How do they know that it's 18%? I don't know if you have asked that question and there's no answer. You know, there are sometimes when you ask yourself question and nobody is answering you. Okay. Today you're going to get the answer to that question. Okay? So body surface is how to calculate the percentage of body burn. Percentage of what? Body burn. Percentage of the body burn. There are two methods. Two methods. One method is called rule of nines. Rule of nines. Rule of nines. The second one is called the rule of palm. Rule of palm. Rule of palm. Those are the two methods they use to bring out the number, to determine the number, to calculate the number. Bond. Okay? So, rule of nines, you have adult, you have child or children or young people. Okay? So now you see that adult, you may not see it, even me, adult is divided into different sections. Adult. Okay? The head and neck section, the hand, two hands, two legs, the front, the back. Okay? So that's how the body is divided. The groin area. So and then they give percentage to each section. For instance, the head and neck in adult is 9%. So as I'm looking at you now, your neck and your head is 9% of you.
For everybody.
Are you a woman? Yes. If you're an adult, okay? So the question, are you an adult? Yes. Then that applies. Because if it is a child or baby, the head of baby and the neck of baby is 18%. Adult is what? 9. Children or young children, 18. Okay? For adult, one hand is 9%. So your hand now, everybody here is an adult.
Child is at what?
18, the head.
No, children.
18.
Okay.
Yes, 18. Young age.
Okay, 18.
18. The head and the neck of a child. Okay. And this is also part of a baby. Belongs to that category. So, then adult, one hand is 9%. The other hand is 9%. Okay? The same with the children. So it's 9, their arm, their hands. So 9. Adult, one leg is 18%. The other leg is 18%.
Sorry?
Adult, one leg is 18. The other leg is 18. Making 36. But for children, this category here, one leg is 14, the other leg is 14, 1-4. Yeah. For adult, the front part is 18, and then the back part is 18. The same with a child category. So the front back 18, the back 18. Then the private area 1%. So that is how the body is sectioned and then assigned number. Each section is given number. So if somebody has severe burn on one hand and that person is an adult, what percentage will you give? 9%. So in the news, they will tell you that 9% of the body was burned.
That means one time.
It may be one, yes, one hand.
Yeah.
If it is one leg, that will be, let's assume one leg is chemical burn. Somebody has chemical burn, extensive on the leg. Oh, that's 18 for an adult, 14 for a young person.
Yeah, 14.
14 for children, this category. 14. So you go to chapter 9 of your book, I think 108 and 109.
Which one do you say is 18? 18 adults, 18 children, 18.
No, I didn't say
Front,
that.
back.
Front, back. You
So,
said
okay, don't mix that, maybe don't mix it up. For adult, let me focus on adult now. Head and neck is 9.
Yeah.
One hand is 9. The other hand is 9. One leg is 18. The other leg is 18. Front is 18. Back is 18.
Okay.
Genital area is 1.
One. Okay.
That's adult.
Okay.
Children, okay, the category children, head and neck is 18. Hand, each hand 9. Each leg 14. Every other thing is the same for adult. It's only neck and leg
Okay.
What's the difference?
for young people. Okay, so that is the rule of 9s we are using there. So it's up to you, depending. Okay, you get it? Is it clear? Yeah. Okay, rule of palm is the palm. So your palm is 1% of you. Your palm. If you look at your palm, this is called palm. So that is 1%. So if somebody has burn, let's assume it's a scattered kind of burn. Maybe the burn here and is scattered. So and then you want to know the percentage, you use the patient palm to measure. So each count is 1%.
Okay.
Each count is 1%. So if somebody have burn here, burn there, and then you use the patient hand to measure 1, 2, 3, that is 3% of the body burn. So in the news they will tell you that 3% of the body was burned. They use the rule of palm. Okay, so that is how you measure that. So either you use this, or you combine them depending on the pattern of the burn. Okay. Now let's talk about degrees of burn. Degrees, and then we degrees of burn.
Okay.
So there are 3 degrees of burn. Degrees of burn. 3 degrees. So again, we are going to use this is epidermis. We're using the skin now, skin layers. And this is dermis. Okay, and this is hypodermis. Hypodermis, which is the innermost layer of the skin. This is the outermost, the one you see. So if somebody has burn, let's assume water that is boiling. You were boiling water and then accidentally it pours on the skin, but the burn stops on this first layer. It didn't go beyond that. We call it what? First degree burn. So this is called first degree burn. It is also called minor burn. Minor burn. So it's minor. First degree burn or minor burn. Minor. So minor burn. Minor. So it's minor. Usually it's not very painful. The pain is not, it's mild pain, it's not serious pain. After healing, there may not be scar. Okay, you may not see anything that reminds you that happened. Scar. Okay, so and the best you can do is just submerge that area in cold water, or you run cold water from the tap until the pain goes away. That's the first aid you do there.
Normal water from tap.
Cold water from the tap can do it.
Yeah.
Or you put cold water or cool water in a container, just put that area there until the pain goes away. That is that. However, if the burn cut across the first and reaches the second layer, which is dermis, that is called second degree burn. So this is called second degree burn. And another word for it is partial thickness burn, partial thickness. So second degree burn or partial thickness. Okay. So this type of burn, there are
Partial what?
thickness.
Okay.
Partial thickness. Okay. So, but it's popularly known as second degree burn. One prominent sign and symptom, is what do you call it? Why did it escape me? So it is very painful. It's very painful, and very, very painful. And what do you call painful? Okay, yeah, very painful. It is very, very painful. And blister, yes.
Except blister.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. Blister! Look, here you have a lot of blisters. A lot. You see, it's a collection of fluid. So it's called nature's dressing. It's like dressing. Yesterday we talked about dressing wound. So blister is considered dressing, but that is nature. So never pop it. Don't go and open it up, because it's like dressing. Unless it opens by itself. Okay? So, and when it opens, it becomes like wound. So if somebody has a second degree burn, it is very painful. You have a lot of blisters there, and there may be scar. After healing, the scar may remain. And one of the things you must do as a first aider is to remove, if the person has a wristwatch like some of us do, remove it, because swelling may happen sooner than later. It begins to swell. Okay? And if it swells, it will become difficult to remove the jewelry, remove all those things. So you better remove them now. Okay? And then you may need to cool it down. But if it becomes wound, you treat it as a wound. But if you are doing the wound care, never use cotton. Anything that will stick there, don't use it. So don't use cotton on it, because cotton has fiber. It will get stuck there. To remove it will become very difficult. So now the third one. So if the burn continue up to the third one, okay, the innermost layer, that is called third degree burn. Third degree burn. Third degree burn is also called full thickness burn, because the whole layers are affected. Full thickness, because the three layers were all affected. So anybody who has third degree burn also has the other two, because you can't have third degree without having first. It has to go through the first, enter the second, and then the third. And in most cases, it's very deep. Okay? So one of the things you see here is a scar. Scar is very prominent.
Yeah.
So when the wound is gone, when it's healed, you always see that scar there. It may not be as painful as second degree. It may not be as painful because the nerves may have been cut off too. And remember the nerves are the one relaying message. When you feel pain, that pain message is sent to your brain actually. It's your brain that interprets that as painful.
Okay.
And it is done through nerves. Nerves are the one taking the message to and fro. So when the nerves are cut off, broken, burnt, the message may not be good. So you may not actually feel very painful as in second degree. Okay? So you may again treat it as wound. Okay? You may have to cool the area down first if it is hot, depending on what caused it. So you may have to cool it down, then provide dressing, remove all the jewelry first because it will swell up. Alright. Any question?
Yeah, so on this second and third degree bond,
Yes.
the only thing we can remove that if the person is wearing jewelries,
Yes, you remove
then
it.
I think we advise not to do anything like pour water, just call 911.
No, you have to.
Pour water.
Yes, if you have water, cold water, you can cool.
I was doing research with this, I saw.
No, you have to cool it down. But the only thing you cannot do is ice. Don't put ice, and ice is not the same as water. Don't put ice on it, okay? But cool water, if it is from boiling water, let's assume you are boiling water and it pours on you and you are close to the tap, you run tap to cool it down right away. You can't leave it until EMS can call 911, yes. But you need to do, remember that when you call 911, you need to do your first aid.
Yeah.
And first aid, part of your first aid is remove the jewelry,
Yeah.
and if you have cold water or cool water, cool that area down while you are waiting. And if you have your first aid kit, before they come, you can dress it as wound, but don't use cotton. Those are the precautions.
Gauze, no. The white gauze.
Yes, gauze is non-sticky. Gauze is good to you because it's non-sticky.
Yeah.
If you look at gauze, it is non-sticky. If you open it, it's non-sticky. But if you bring cotton wool, you see it has a fiber to get stuck, and then that is very, you don't use that time. Yes. To remove it is another problem to remove because it's now stuck.
So in case of oil, is it the same application?
The same, it doesn't matter. Oil is a thermal.
Because some will say put salt. Put salt there.
No, we don't do that. You know, because we are coming from different culture, there are some things we do back home. Like for example is that, you know, back home we are told if a child is having temperature, use cold water. But yesterday we told you that is not the case. Use what? Lukewarm water. At home, I don't know where you are coming from, but where I'm coming from, I was told that when somebody is having a nosebleed, you lift your face up. But yesterday we told you that is not the case. You put pressure here and they tell your patient to lean forward. At home, remember they told us when somebody is having seizure that you should put a spoon into the mouth. And yesterday we told you that is not necessary. That what you need to do is to prioritize protection, protect your patient. Don't put a spoon into the mouth. So there are many things they do, but please abide by what the book said. That's why you need to have your copy as a reference. Do what the book says, not what your grandmother told you, not what our fathers told us.
Okay.
Okay, you get the point?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, before we round off now, so read the book. What I'm doing now is just give you an overview. Okay, the book has a lot. So go back to the book, look at the electrical burn from electricity.
Yeah.
So how to do that? So
How to
remember,
manage it.
yes, when somebody is, be careful with electricity.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is hot and then you touch the person, it will let you go.
Yeah.
So, and it's a 911 call, and if it is safe, according to the book, if it is safe, you can go to the basement or where there's a, where the
The electrical switch.
the switch, where you can, pull it, all the current in that house will be cut off. But that is if it is safe. Yeah, so take precaution. So there's what you call small area burn, and large area burn. Large area burn. So small area burn and large area burn. So small area burn is if the area of the body burn is less than 10%. So that is considered small area burn. If it is more than or equal to 10%, that is considered large area burn. Okay? So over here, if it is small area burn, you do what you call moist dressing. Moist what? Dressing. That means you wet. You wet your, okay? You wet it before you put it there. You make it moist if it is small area. But if it is large area, you do dry dressing. Dry dressing. Dry dressing. That means you don't wet it. Okay, because you know why? Remember, this will produce some fluid from the bone. So if you make it dry, it will wet from the wound. Okay, so that's why you don't have to wet it again. But this one, the fluid that is going to come may not be enough to wet it. So that's why you wet it before you do that. Okay, so I will take your chemical burn in the eye. Okay, so now if somebody has chemical burn to the eye, what are the signs and symptoms? If somebody, let's assume you are using somebody's chemical at home, and then it gets into your eyes. What are some of the feelings? What are the signs and symptoms?
It stings now.
Then pain.
Pain. It will be very painful. What else?
Irritation.
Yeah, it's going to irritate.
That will be red.
Burn.
Yeah, reddish and hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are some of the signs and symptoms. And how do you help that person? How do you help the person? If somebody has chemical burn in the eye, what do you use to help the person?
Flush.
Water.
You flush it. So what you do is that, how do you position, let's assume it is the right eye that is affected. So how do you position your patient? How do you position your patient? The affected eye is down. So you can flush it without affecting the other one. So the affected eye is down, and then you use the water, cool water usually, and flush it until the pain goes. So any question before we round it off? Any question? So read the rest. Chapter 9 of the book we are using, and of course there were a lot of a lot of things we are told to be careful of, like when there are bad weather and the wires are down, so you need to be very, very careful so that you don't just go anyhow and get electrocuted. Be careful how you plug this electrical thing. Don't use wet hand because water is a good conductor. Those are some of the things we have to put chemicals away from children. They are rich, so that they don't burn themselves as well. Any question on this? Otherwise, we are good to say we have done this chapter. Okay? All right. Thank you. We'll be talking about next chapter soon. Okay.